Hello, children. Ready for the next chapter? Hmm? In the first chapter, we studied about the crop production and the management of the harvested crop. So, in this chapter, we are going to study about the microorganisms, friend and foe. What is the meaning of foe? You all know the meaning of friend. Friend, that someone who gives us happiness, someone who is good to us. That is called a friend. Foe is the opposite of it, that gives some harm to us, that is not good for us. So microorganisms play the role of both of a friend as well as of a enemy, correct? So before getting into this topic, let's discuss something about microorganisms. Let's split the word microorganisms. As we all know that we all who are living in this universe, we all are the living beings, we all are the animals, plants, we all are the living beings of living component of the biological system, correct? But if we get some more into this topic, we will find that there are some smaller organisms also in the surrounding, in the environment, which cannot be seen through the naked eyes, but they are also playing very important role in the life cycle of the other organisms, correct? So these organisms, which are very small, very, very, very small in size, that they cannot be observed through the naked eyes, some some identification we can find on a certain surface, that yes, this is a kind of thing which can be said to be as a microorganism, but what the particular structure, वो कैसा दिखता है, किस तरह का है, that cannot be watched by naked eyes. So these organisms are called microorganisms. Micro, बहुत छोटा, the smallest one, and organisms, the living being. So microorganisms are the very, very, very smaller organisms, and microorganisms are of four kinds. There are five kinds, but we can classify the microorganisms first in the four kinds. This fifth kind of the microorganism is little different from the earlier four kinds. So when we study the microorganisms, we need to classify the microorganisms 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and this fifth is differentiated because of a single characteristic. So we have to study this fifth microorganism in a different topic. Okay, so before getting into this, if if I'm saying that you cannot see the microorganism with your naked eyes, then how will you study them? To study or to observe properly, to watch properly the microorganism, an equipment is used which is called microscope. Yes, microscope is the equipment which is kept in the laboratories, huh? And when you are in the lab, you use that microscope to observe, to study the particular microorganism, correct? It is having a magnifying lens of a certain unit, through which it is easier to read or to study every single strand of the microorganism, correct? So let's classify the microorganism. The five types of microorganisms. So the first one is bacteria. The second is fungi. The third is protozoa, and the fourth is algae. Okay, so these are the four kinds of microorganisms. Now, as I said, there is another kind of microorganism which is capped in the fifth kind. This is the virus. Why it is differentiated from these four kinds of microorganisms? Because of the single differentiation, that is, these four microorganisms survive in the surrounding, but virus is the microorganism that can survive in the surrounding for a certain duration. But to fertile, to grow, to extend, it needs another organism's body. Virus is the microorganism that survive in the body of the another organism, another living being. These microorganisms does not require this property. Virus is the microorganism that requires to survive in the another organisms, another living being's body. That is why when you have influenza, when you have cough, cold, when you go to the doctor, the doctor says you have viral infection. What is that viral infection? Viral infection means a certain virus has been got into your body, and that virus is creating trouble in your body. So this is what the virus does. These days we are having the attack of a virus, that we all know, the coronavirus. So we have so many guidelines, so many advisories have been given to us by the government, by the doctors, medical staff, that you're not supposed to go out. Why these guidelines are given to us, when you, if for a certain reason you are going out, whenever you are coming back to your home, remove all your clothes, get into your washroom, wash your hands for 20 seconds, or take a shower, why these guidelines are to be followed? Because if you are going out and if you are getting into the contact of another person, if that person is infected by that particular virus that we call corona, if that infected person sneezes and you are not having the mask with you, or if you touch that man and that time that virus is in the surrounding, if the person sneezes, the person will exhale the breath out. With that breath, the person can exhale the virus also. The virus can also come out of the mouth. And if you are in the contact of that person in a certain closer distance, and you, as a particular pattern, as a particular process, you will be taking the breath also. At that time when you are inhaling the air in the process of breathing, that virus which comes out of the infected person would get the chance to get into your body. Hmm? And that time the virus will get a new body. Hmm? So this is what the virus does. It gets into another person's body and start fertilizing itself into that body, and that process is creating the particular disease. So this is what the virus does. In the next video, we will study about the all these four kinds of microorganisms, how they are good to us, how they are harmful to us. Okay, thank you so much.